No, that's not the case.
Oh, Courtney, you lie!
I do run shit, though.
You do run, I see.
I run the momentum and drama and such.
He does run that.
Momentum and drama, that's pretty cool.
Yes, you're
You're not cool. You are a thespian.
I'm a thespian, yes.
You like to thesp, that's good. I like to thesp as well.
I just like to, when people get on my nerves or people lie or they engage in fuckery, I like to tell them about it.
Oh, I see. You're you shoot from the hip.
Yes.
You're a straight talker.
No.
So maybe not. Maybe need your own version of what you claim to be to make sure that you get held to account.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's a good thing to be. That sounds like you make a good journalist, Ben.
No, maybe, but no.
Sure you would. It's anything but objective.
Haha. Eric says I'd make a good TV show host.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. A lot of the ENTPs are TV show hosts at the moment. You got Bill Maher, you got Conan O'Brien,
Conan?
Jonathan Ross in the UK. Seems to be rather common.
I heard Stephen Colbert was. I don't know if he is or not.
He's
it is certainly a possible type for him. I'm not absolutely sure yet with Stephen Colbert. He's an interesting one.
He brought someone who's
Jon Stewart, maybe.
He's brought somebody on that supposedly was a professional typer in Myers-Briggs.
Yes, I saw that. That was an embarrassment.
Right.
So you're a psychologist, or
okay. For the time being, I could probably call myself a business psychologist. I can't call myself an occupational psychologist until I get chartered status.
I'm not an economist, but I've got an econ degree. What's your?
Yeah, I got 2 psych degrees and 1 philosophy degree.
Can't do anything with that.
Yeah. The philosophy degree is more of an enricher, you know? It makes you...
I enjoyed philosophy. I took as many philosophy electives as they let me take.
Yeah.
Eric and I have been discussing psychopathy a bit. What's your take?
Good one.
It's interesting because, I'm sure you've seen the correlation between ENTP and psychopathy.
I've heard
as far as the markers, and I'm not sure I'm convinced that any of those cluster B things are really much more than just like
social deviancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. The thing is, the main thing where the ENTP is not quite like the psychopath is that they are not disposed towards confrontation and aggression. They actually are very dependent upon positive, nice, friendly moods and atmospheres around them. It's the ESTP, I'd say, that's more likely to be, in its extreme form, lead to psychopathy. Because those are ones who want to be the boss, to dominate, to be empowered, and pursue intensity.
Happen to be an Enneagram 8.
Enneagram 8. Well, often SLEs are also Enneagram 8. I think there's a strong correlation there. Hello, Courtney. Courtney, you lied to me. You lied.
What did I lie about?
You told me that Nick ran this whole thing.
No, I
He
didn't.
ran the company of talking with famous people.
I never said that, Taylor. Don't look at me like that.
I'm not looking at you. I'm thinking Nick runs what Nick has total charge of, especially now that Pepsi is gone, is closest person to the fucking camera.
It's true. He likes close facial examinations of himself.
Or he's trying to get a promotion.
Oh, I see. You know, if you look into someone's eyes for long enough, they may fall in love with you.
Is a fact.
I read that in some psychology vlog.
Are you Jack?
Yes, that is me.
And
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you for bringing him here, Courtney. He's lovely.
I am absolutely gorgeous.
My ghostwriter.
It's good genes. I inherited the high cheekbones, you see.
Oh, you can be ugly and still be lovely. You're
Oh, and this over here, this chap is Sean. Sean is a good friend of mine.
Why have you brought me here?
Society.
Why have you brought me here?
I brought you here because I wanted more entertainment, I guess. If I'm entertained with it already without, you can leave if you want.
No.
We're the internet people. We are the.
Just randomly popping like, get in here. Like, okay, calm down. I'll be there.
damn you all. I'm not getting any work done now for sure.
Oh, procrastination. I know the feeling.
I think that we all do.
Yes.
Except for maybe what.
Now that is definitely an ENTP thing, the procrastination. if that managed to make its way into DSM 5, that would be the ENTP thing, procrastination. Not so much a psychopathy. Okay, there are some things maybe, like the way they suck at relationships, could be. Maybe degrees of a narcissism associated with it, but a lot of it's more extremities and dysfunctions of extrovert sensation.
I'm not sure that I'm not saying that the two are correlated. That's not the question. I guess the question is just psychopathy as a thing. What do you think of it? Because it seems to me almost a way that a bunch of feelers diagnosed people who are assholes.
Yeah. Well, okay. In the way I'd say this, most personality disorders are just extremities of personality, to the point where it's no longer functional in the society, where it's no longer can adjust to societal needs. In that regards, I'd say that there is some sort of correlation between personality type and certain psychological disorders. Not all of them, not even most of them, but at least some are notable. And it seems to me that psychopathy is an extremity, like a dysfunctional example of maybe an ESTP. There are other examples, like, say, the schizoid personality disorder, more likely an extremity, maybe, of what we call in sociologics SLIs, ILIs, basically those who have no extroverted feeling. Such an extremity of that.
I know an INFJ who just hits the checklist of narcissistic mother specifically, like nothing I've ever seen.
Narcissism is interesting. Like, the question is, where does it come from? Is it dependent on other people? Is it something one holds for oneself?
I think it's passed down through mothers.
Yeah, I mean, okay. For instance, you may find people who have extroverted feeling in a vulnerable position. Well, not a vulnerable position. Sorry, a position that is valued. They may be very dependent on what other people think of them, and they may so their opinion themselves may be shattered if other people feel negatively towards them. But at the same time, they're set upon creating the image as if they're the best person around. But it's still very much dependent on people's opinions. That's the example of extroverted feeling gone the muck.
Well, I mean, we all know that every INFJ is
It's wonderful.
Oh, other ones like schizotypal, basically not having a sense of reality, being indulging crazy theories and conspiracies, often unrealistic thinking, magical thinking. Could make sense for. I can imagine INFJs being more likely to get that. I'd be very surprised if an LSE or ESTJ, as we call it, would be schizotypal. Not make much sense to me. It will make no sense for our version. Well, the EII, sort of like INFP, to ever be psychopathic would not make any sense. I mean, there are. I'd say there are correlations, but definitely in terms of the extreme ends of any sort of personality.
So what about and this is kind of jumping around, but you like to jump around topics, right?
Yeah.
So multiple personality. I read a book called The Shattered Mind. I think written by a guy who's got multiple personality, by his different personalities, and that was really interesting if it was real. I mean,
have you seen Split?
No.
It's M. Night Shyamalan's new film. He actually made a good one.
I was gonna say.
I wouldn't say his movies are good, but I can say that I like them.
No. Usually they're awful, but he made a good one. Like the best film he's made since maybe Unbreakable. Yeah. That's an example of what we take to be the M. Night Shyamalan disaster film. This wasn't a disaster. This was good. This was a good film, and he's now trying to create his whole trilogy. So the guy from Unbreakable, played by Bruce Willis, is now going to be up against the guy from Split, played by James McAvoy. It's really weird. Like, the idea is he's got dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities, and his body chemistry changes with each personality he takes over. He's got like 23 different personalities in there. That means his strength changes, his speed, his intelligence, everything changes depending which personality is there.
To keep jumping, substance abuse and type.
Yeah.
Who's better? Who's worse? Why?
So who? Didn't hear that.
Okay. If a type was to abuse substances of any type, who's going to be better handling it? Who's going to be worse, and why?
Abuse substances. It depends on which substance. I mean, drugs do lots of different things. What is the feeling that the person's trying to pursue? Is it a chilled out depressant, or is it a stimulant? They're trying to feel all powerful.
Either way, it's euphoria, right? Either way, it's euphoria.
Yeah. Okay. Euphoria. Well, okay. I'm not going to make any sort of definitive statements, but I would say it makes sense to say they're pursuing a great positive buzz or feeling that may already suggest a pursuit of something extroverted feeling related. But keep in mind, it makes sense to me to say that beta types, so types with more extrovert sensation, more like to go towards the stimulants, more like to go towards the cocaine maybe. Maybe alphas are more like to go towards the pot, the chill out drugs. But I wouldn't make it a rule. I wouldn't make it a defensive statement. For instance, I've never touched drugs because I'm a goody two-shoes. But I can see a lot of people of my type who are into sort of like the happy-go-lucky drugs.
You're a goody two-shoes.
Oh, I'm a very goody two-shoes. I used to like to tell the teacher. Oh yes, I was that guy. I was the snitch.
Don't they have the saying in Britain as well? Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, but I did not get stitches unless I was doing cross country, so that was fine.
We have that in America too.
No, there was no honor among thieves when it came to my school. Befriend the guy in power, you'll be protected.
You're honestly dishonest.
No, well,
honestly,
I'm a very honest person. I tend to tell the truth about it. Doesn't say I'm dishonest. Dishonorable, maybe.
Honestly, it's the honest ones you've got to watch out for because you never know when they're going to do something incredibly stupid.
What the fuck?
Found words for Sean.
2K17 and Pirates of the Caribbean references have not gone out of style.
Nice. Oh. Not sure. People often say that Jack Sparrow is an ENTP. I'm not so sure.
What do you think he could be?
I actually, I wouldn't be so surprised if he were an ESFP, maybe an ENFJ. One thing about ESFP, he is a tactical genius. He's very good at utilizing the immediate environment to his advantage.
And you think that's ESF?
Oh yeah. Well,
I guess
some of the greatest tactical geniuses have been ESFPs. For instance, Julius Caesar, Hannibal, Monkey D. Luffy.
Sounds like a rapper.
Oh, that's from One Piece. It's the anime.
I don't.
The guy it's the guy with the stretchy limbs. He's a tactical genius. He knows how to utilize the immediate environment to his surrounding, the immediate environment to his advantage. And Julius Caesar, the same thing. He went in with no plan whatsoever, but he knew how to make use of what was immediately around him to win. And there was no rules with him. All rules off the table. Pure opportunist. And that's what you find with ESFPs. They have no introvert. They have no TI. They have SE. They have good FI, which they use to maintain the loyalty of their men, and they have a growing development of their TE, practical solutions. No time for theory.